Hey, Shalom. All praise to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. In the name of his Son, which is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the nation of Israel, better known as the Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the elect, to the 1/3 and the 144,000. Death to the wicked and 2/3. What you see here is something that a brother had shared. I don't know how recent this is, but it seems recent as of this year. Okay, so like there is a date, December 2nd, 28. Oh, so this is about a year old. Posted about a year old. But what you see, they end up holding up a sign for Dream Girls, which is the strip club. And you notice the scripture that she's using, okay, is Jeremiah 31 and 13, and it's also an ESV, English Standard Version. And that just basically means it's for those who have a hard time reading. As well as the scripture is translated, it's more, I guess you could say it's a more modernized version, which also should be a key note for you to pick up on, that it's tampered with. It's not going to have the same power and meaning, so it tries to lighten the severity or harshness of the scripture. But we're going to pull up what this scripture is. It's Jeremiah 31 and 13. It says, "Then shall the virgin rejoice in the dance." So let's do this. Let's read, if you haven't already, what is here on her sign, which says Jeremiah 31 and 13, English Standard Version. "Then shall the young women rejoice in the dance, and the young men and the old shall be merry. I will turn them, I will turn their mourning into joy. I will comfort them and give them, and give them gladness for sorrow." So that sounds like, okay, that sounds good. But if you're familiar with the chapter and even this verse, you know that this is after the deliverance. This is once Israel is reclaimed and set on top. Okay, so, and really, the word virgin, that's what it means, is a young woman, but a marriageable woman, not some floozy that's been popped multiple times by multiple dudes. The young woman, the virgin, is exactly that. A young woman, okay, who hasn't been given in marriage yet, or if she has been given in marriage, okay, she's with one husband, and she's not floating about. Okay, it says, so this is Jeremiah 31 and 13 now. It says, "Then shall the virgin rejoice in the dance, both young men and old together. For I will turn their mourning into joy, and will comfort them, and make them rejoice from their sorrow." So so now let's read up. Let's get some context. Okay, let's get some understanding here. Now, verse 11. Well, if you start at 10, it'll make 11 make more sense. It says, "Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock." You see? So that hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen. And that's why, the tribes are waking up to who they are. And there's no stopping this at this point. "For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he." Okay? Who is stronger than us? Our older brother Esau, Edom, the wicked. Okay, he ransomed us from him, from the hand of him that was stronger than he. It wasn't stronger than the Most High. The Most High gave him, said the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, the Most High is able to take it away. He set it up one, and he take down another. The Most High ruleth in the kingdoms of men. So whoever is on top, the Most High has ordained it. Okay, now verse 12. Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion. So what these girls are saying with that sign, because they don't know any better, they just grabbed something that sounded good, right? Probably got a friend who's a pastor or some dumb shit, or did a Google search. Okay, but at the height of Zion. Are we in the height of Zion right now? No. It's clearly not, you see. And shall flow together to the goodness of the Lord. You think the Most High, you think Yahweh Shem Yahushua is with women stripping, you know, multiple men, multiple women for multiple men? No. So, hey, if a woman wants to strip, you could do that for your man at home alone. Okay, because even the law tells you you're not supposed to prostitute the daughters of Israel, man. You're not supposed to put them up for sale like that. You're not supposed to see the nakedness of another man's wife. Okay, so it's a shame. And then even if that girl, she's like, well, I'm not married, I'm a virgin, I can get naked in front of whoever I want. Well, then you shame your father, man. You bring a shame to your father, man. Okay? And there's one case where the scriptures even say it's for the woman that shamed her father, if I'm not mistaken, it's better if she got, spit in the face, basically. Spit at her face, man. That dishonoring her father, You're supposed to honor your father and your mother. How is dancing and getting naked in front of a bunch of men honorable? You're not supposed to do that. Like I said, when you got a man, you can do that for your man, in a private setting. Isn't that what you pay for anyway? You go to these clubs and you want the VIP, the private session. See? All right, so it's reading on. It says, for wheat and for wine and for oil and for the young of the flock and of the herd, and their soul shall be as a watered garden, and they shall not sorrow any more at all. You see. And what did the sign say? The sign said, our girls will dance and make you merry. That's a temporary fix. That's a band-aid to a gun wound, That's a band-aid on a guillotine chop. That ain't doing shit. The scripture she had put up was one that's meant for the kingdom of heaven. Okay, when we're in rulership, which when we get in that power, Israel as a nation, you women, you're not going to have any right to comment. You will have no right to comment. Like you have this liberty now, this false sense of liberty, commenting on brothers' videos and trying to do a rebuke video or an exhortation video. Shut up, man. You're working yourself into a grave. All right, to missile food and fodder. And that's if you're lucky. Because worse things can happen. But even that missile fire is going to be one of the most terrible thing to be involved in, man. Verse 13, as we read, okay? And that's it, man. It's that plain and simple. Now in verse 14, it just continues the point. And I will satiate the soul of the priest with fatness. So what these women took and what they said is going on, is that something that would satiate the mind, the spirit of the priest with fatness as a sacrifice? No, it's not. You see? It says, and my people shall be satisfied with my goodness, saith the Lord. So is the goodness of the Lord female liberation? No. The scriptures tell you also that the sheep of his flock are men. Okay? His sheep and his flock are men. Okay? So it's not up to you women to hold it down or anything like that, man. A lot of you women are just plain toxic, out of control. You don't like being told, what to do. And then when you run into problems because of your own bright ideas, you know, which sometimes your bright idea, it might not have a repercussion until weeks, months, or a year down the road, but you've been given warning, and then you're like, oh well, I gotta learn this on my own. That's the pride of an idiot. Because every mistake in life has already been fucking accomplished. So why are you repeating the same process, expecting a different result? That's the fucking insanity of it all. Okay. So anyway, I just want to do a quick lesson on that. Straighten that out real quick. The woman, obviously, who's holding that sign is, you know, at that time, I don't know where she is, who she is now, but, a picture says 1,000 words. And there's more and more photos being captured, a lot more and more things being said boldly against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So, the time for payment is definitely here. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.